Sports betting can be a great way to make money, but is for most people incredibly difficult. Different studies show that only 3 to 5% of all sports bettors are profitable in the long run. Despite that fact, millions of people bet on sports every day. Unfortunately, very few work on their sports betting skills. Most of them truly feel like they have enough information about specific sports to make a winning decision, yet they end up losing more often than not. At the end of the day, what matters most is not how much money we made in the short run, but how sports betting helped us and how much money we made in the long run, before we die. In this video, we'll go through the key things you keep in mind if you want to be better at sports betting and improve your chances to make money in the long run. Learn basics first and bet later. Here is why. So, let's say that we are not winning at sports betting. And now we must be honest and say how many hours of research we made about the topic before we start betting real money. Did we make at least 100 hours of courses or read books about basic statistics, finance, and sports betting? Once we honestly answer this question, we can start looking at things a little bit differently. Imagine that we all drive first and later we learn how to drive. That would be a disaster. And this is exactly what most gamblers do. Most sports bettors bet first and learn later. And many simply never take the time to learn. Michael Jordan once said, "Get the fundamentals down and the level of everything you do will rise." Mastering the basics is crucial to your success. Whether we are talking about playing basketball, investing in the stock market, or sports betting, a good foundation is critical to accomplishing your goals. Understanding sports betting basics is crucial before we even start betting. Ignoring basics is one of the biggest mistakes many sports bettors make, who rush with placing wagers. All successful and professional sports bettors are incredible at basics. So, what are these basics? First, you must learn basic statistics and how betting odds work. Sports betting is a market, and this market has much more in common with math, statistics, and economics than with the sport alone. Sports and the leagues are just used for creating a market because of popularity. In general, we could bet anything. The only things we need are probabilities and enough people who are willing to risk money. Another thing that is really important is the concept of value. While most gamblers try to predict the winner of a game, professional bettors always bet on the value. Learn also how bookmakers work. What is money management? What are sports betting models? What is closing line value? What is gambler's fallacy? And other important things even before you place your first wager. On our website, we have a full section of free sports betting basic articles, plus free betting training you can check for the start. Basics first, betting later. Don't worry, sports betting is not going anywhere. Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Remember, invest your time, effort, and energy at the start to learn how to become successful at betting, and you will save a lot of stress, money, and energy later. Set a budget and work on your bankroll. The sports betting budget is the money set aside for betting and is locked for some time without touching it. This money must be affordable and should never affect the quality of our lives. Betting money should never be the money we take constantly from our monthly income streams or monthly salary. This should be our investment money that is used for placing wagers and will be taken out or reinvested only after we reach our betting goals. Remember, always bet the money you can afford to lose without any serious consequences, and never borrow money for sports betting. Make a plan and then stick to the strategy. Don't risk your money from a budget before you fully understand how sports betting works. Be honest to yourself, and never lie about your losses and your financial situation. Estimate your own probabilities, turn them into the odds, and then compare with the bookmaker's odds. Look for discrepancies between your projected odds and market odds. The key to successful betting is always in finding value bets. Because a single bet is good only when the likelihood of a given outcome is higher than what the odds offered reflect. Here is the example. Let's say that we have a game between Red Sox and Yankees. Bookmakers give them both 50% of chance, which means they give them same odds. Usually this is minus 105 and minus 105, or in decimal odds 1.95 and 1.95. Your job is to analyze game and estimate probabilities of all possible outcomes. In this case, we have two possible outcomes: Red Sox win and Yankees win. If your projected winning percentages show that Red Sox should have 65% of chance and Yankees should have only 35% of chance, you would bet on the Red Sox. The same with spread betting, over-under betting, and betting on underdogs. Bet on Patriots +7 when your projected spreads show that they should be at +3. Bet under 222 points on NBA game if your sports betting model estimated only 207 points in this game. Bet on underdogs when your projected odds are +120 and bookmakers give you the price of +170. If your analysis are good, and even if your team less than 50% of chance to win the game, in the long run you would make a profit. Of course, the question is how to estimate such probabilities and analyze games. Try to build your own probabilistic method, betting system, or sports betting model. For most people, creating a sports betting model is a very difficult task. It takes a lot of time, research, knowledge, testing, and even sleepless nights. But once you establish a successful betting model, it can give you the edge and show you opportunities that the general betting public would never consider. Most winning bettors use sports betting models to find such profitable betting opportunities on the market. And remember, always think in terms of probabilities, not in terms of who will win a game. Amateurs gamblers bet on so-called winners, professional gamblers always bet on the price. You should always bet on something where you believe you will get more than you would expect. Risk only small percentage of your bankroll on single bets. Even if you have the edge against the market, winners of the games are still unpredictable, and you can lose 5, 10, or even more bets in a row. Depends on the odds you play. But no matter how good we are at sports betting, we must protect our bankrolls. Without this money, we are out of business. So, how much you should bet on a game? There are different variations and different money management strategies that are used by professionals, and it also depends on what stage of your betting journey you are. But betting around 1% of your bankroll as a unit is a good start. In other words, if you start with $10,000 American dollars, you should bet around $100 on single game. With this, you will protect your bankroll once bad streaks will hit you. And they will come. Remember that only losing gamblers say they never lose. Play the long game and be patient. Playing the long game means putting little bit more effort now, being little bit more patient, and paying a small price today to make tomorrow easier. In a world where most people play the short game, playing the long game offers a huge advantage. The longer you look for sports picks on social media and how to get quick winners, instead of becoming skilled bettor, the harder things get. Ignore noise, work on your skills, and don't make unrealistic plans of getting rich quickly without any effort. But if you can delay your success today and do the right steps, your chances of winning at sports betting will increase significantly. Always track your bets honestly and analyze past performances. Do it for yourself, not for others. Tracking your betting performance allows you to analyze your bets, and this will help you identifying bad and good betting systems, improving your betting skills, and most importantly helping to win in the future. Effective performance measurement helps professional bettors identify their strengths and weaknesses. Bets must be tracked properly from different perspectives. Tracking only wins, losses, and profits is not good enough, because we usually have too small sample size. You should also track the yield, return on investment, closing line value, the average odds, and more. The more information you track, the more you can learn about yourself and your way of betting. One of the best ways to track your bets is to build a betting spreadsheet in Excel or in Google Sheets. If you don't have one, you can download one betting tracker for free on our website. But before we judge our performance, we need to have a bigger sample size of bets. Usually 1,000 bets is a good start. If you want to win at sports betting, you must improve all the time. There is no final winning sport pick, there is no final sports betting system or a magical bullet that will work forever. And here is why. Sports betting is a relative competition against other bettors, not only against bookmakers. If we want to beat this market, we must not only beat bookmakers, but outsmart other sports bettors as well. It's a competition and the market is changing all the time. Bookmakers are smarter, the lines are sharper, and the whole industry is better and better every day. New technology, sports betting models, betting algorithms, advanced statistics, and sophisticated strategies from the smartest minds are making it even harder for those who are here just for some quick sport picks or for a couple of bucks. But if you love sports betting, the numbers and all the challenges that come with this, you should include time for improvements into your daily betting routine. Reading betting and statistical books, taking courses and seminars about math, finance, technology will put you ahead of most sports bettors in the world. Remember, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Ignore emotions and don't bet based on love or gut feeling. Majority of sports bettors do not act rationally when making betting decisions. Instead, they are often influenced by emotions and biases. Most of their betting selections are based on favorites or even teams they love, without checking the facts and numbers. You should never bet the league or sport just because you love it. Remember, sports betting is a market full of numbers and smart minds. It's not about how you love your team, but how you can outsmart others in terms of probabilities, knowledge, and money. Always make betting decisions based on analytics, stats, numbers, and facts. Avoid overreacting to small sample size of games and bets. Focus on creating predictive betting systems that help you identifying value bets without emotions. Practicing mindfulness and meditations also help controlling our emotions. This will save you a lot of really bad bets. Remember, avoiding a bad bet is a good bet. Reinvest your betting profits. Don't dream about millions and $1 billion bankroll, because this is not going to happen. There is no sportsbook that will allow you to take unlimited money from them. We must understand that sports betting has its own limits because of bookmakers' limitations, your government rules, competition, and the risk involved. Sports betting is also not a passive income where you can sleep, make money without anything else. Sports betting can be a great active income stream, which requires daily betting predictions and analysis. It is reserved for those who love this game. If look at betting this way, sports betting is great and can help you build enough income streams in your life. Reinvest smaller profits into stock market, your own business, cryptocurrencies, your own skills that will help you build more cash flow in the future, or something else, but never rely only on sports betting. It's too risky, and those who have only one income stream are only one step away from poverty. Build as much possible income streams in your life and you will not bother with short-term results. Use sports betting for a better life. Don't put all eggs into one basket. Be smart, play smart. Don't compare with sports handicappers on the internet. Professional sports betting and making actual money in sports betting world takes a lot of action, energy, time, effort, and focus. Successful betting experts spend hours and hours on analyzing bets, improving their betting skills, and most of them don't waste time on social media and arguing with other sports handicappers who is better. Sure, connecting with sharp and intelligent sport bettors is great and necessary, but comparing with sports handicappers on social media will not help you. Most of the results are based on short-run noise and pure luck. We are all different and everyone must find his own way of betting. We live on different locations, we have access to different bookmakers' odds, and we have completely different skills and emotional intelligence. If you go into this darkness of comparing with others, you will make a completely delusional picture about the whole thing. The narrative on the internet is that everyone's a winner, but the reality is completely different. Don't put this stress on yourself. People always ask, how can they win at sports betting? But once the answer comes, they don't like the answer. So, here we have 10 steps that I am sure will help you becoming better at sports betting, and I hope that it will not be just a video, but for some of you also an actual action plan. Wish you all the best in sports betting, and if any of tips will help you, please come back and leave a comment.